Have you ever felt a silent call coming from the very earth beneath your feet? A vibration that seems distant, almost forgotten, yet promises a profound revelation. In the enigmatic tapestry of existence, there are ancient secrets that lie not in dusty tomes, but in the very interaction between your being and the soil that sustains you. Prepare to unravel the hidden mysteries of a connection that has been suppressed, a dormant power that resides in every step you take. Be ready to question what you've been taught about your place in the esoteric universe, for we are about to embark on a path that promises not only knowledge, but profound inner alchemy. If this journey resonates with your soul, please share this message, and subscribe so you don't miss the keys that open the doors to spiritual enlightenment. In this first segment, we will lift the veil of an inconvenient truth, disconnection and oblivion. Reflect for a moment on modern life. Our days are woven from asphalt, concrete, and laminate flooring. Our feet, the primordial terminals of our physical and energetic existence, are imprisoned in shoes that, while offering comfort and protection, act as true insulators. It's a contemporary paradox. The higher we elevate ourselves in skyscrapers and asphalt, the further we distance ourselves from the source of our own vitality. The results of this disconnection are deeper than we imagine. Growing anxiety, disturbed sleep, unexplained inflammation, and a general feeling of restlessness may be distant echoes of this divorce from the planet. It's no mere coincidence that ancient civilizations, endowed with profound ancestral wisdom, lived and interacted directly with the earth. Consider the traditions of indigenous peoples who walked barefoot in rituals and in their daily lives, recognizing the earth not as a mere support, but as a living organism, pulsating with cosmic energy. In shamanic cultures, for example, act of stepping barefoot on the ground was a portal for communication with the spirits of nature, an act of sacred grounding that harmonized body, mind, and spirit. The ancient Egyptians, in turn, depicted their gods and pharaohs with their feet, often in direct contact with the ground, or on symbols that evoked fertility and earthly power, indicating the importance of this connection. We are not talking about a mere custom, but a practice intrinsic to maintaining balance and integral health. Documents that could be considered forbidden texts or simply forgotten by the dominant narrative allude to this energetic symbiosis, where the Earth acts as a gigantic reservoir of free electrons, essential for neutralizing the overload of free radicals in our bodies, generated by stress and technological pollution. What if this disconnection wasn't a mere coincidence, but a subtle part of a larger plan aimed at diminishing our perception, intuition, and self-healing capacity? Why has modern society pushed us so vehemently away from this primordial union? The answer to this question holds the key to unraveling many of the hidden mysteries that plague humanity today. We will delve deeper into this intriguing possibility in our next meeting, investigating the real consequences and potential benefits of reactivating this ancient connection. Let's imagine, then, that our modern existence, with its concrete cities and protective footwear, has erected an invisible wall between us and the vital heartbeat of the planet. Isn't it a paradox that, in our pursuit of comfort and progress, we have sacrificed the most fundamental connection? Every step we take on the asphalt, every day spent enclosed in structures that isolate us, is an echo of that disconnection, a gradual forgetting of our true energetic nature. The solace of our shoes, that apparent protective barrier, are in fact a veil separating us from the immense energetic network flowing beneath our feet, a conductor of life we have ignored. This separation is not innocuous. Its effects, though often subtle, manifest themselves in chronic fatigue, increasing anxiety, the proliferation of ailments that seem rootless, and a persistent feeling of restlessness that materialistic science struggles to understand. In ancient times, ancestral wisdom not only recognized this connection, but venerated it as a fundamental pillar of health and consciousness. Shamans from the most remote tribes, Himalayan yogis, and Taoist masters all understood that the human body is a resonant instrument, capable of tuning into earthly frequencies. For them, walking barefoot was not an eccentricity, but a sacred practice, a grounding ritual that recharged the spirit and purified the body. The ancient Egyptians, in their most hidden forbiddens or encrypted texts, referred to the earth as a nurturing deity, an inexhaustible source of vitality absorbed through the feet, key energy centers and subtle anatomy. It is in these writings, veiled from the profane gaze, that lies the key to understanding the true power of this union and the dire consequences of abandoning it. And here arises the question that haunts us. Is this disconnection, this collective amnesia about our interdependence with the earth, a mere byproduct of advancement, or could it be part of a more insidious design? Hasn't the neglect of this ancient practice made us more malleable, less intuitive, more susceptible to external influences and the loss of our own energetic sovereignty? The hidden mysteries behind modernity reveal layers of intentionality that point to a diminishing of our collective spiritual enlightenment. By severing our ties with the earth, we deprive ourselves of the cosmic energy that ascends through our invisible roots, a vital energy that nourishes our power centers and awakens our latent capacities. The path back to this primordial union is a journey of inner alchemy. It is not simply a physical act of taking off our shoes, but a conscious reorientation of our perception, an awakening to the truth that we are an integral part of a vibrant ecosystem, both physical and energetic. It is an invitation to unearth those knowledges that were deliberately buried, to question the imposed paradigms that dictate that our existence is an isolated struggle, alien to the great dance of the universe. How can we reactivate this dormant connection? And what astonishing transformations await us when the body once again becomes a pure channel for the pulse of the earth? The answer lies not only in theory, but in practice, in every conscious step we take toward the reintegration of our being dot. By shedding the barriers imposed by footwear, we allow the skin of our feet to merge with the vast surface of the earth. And it is in that primordial instant that an invisible dance of energies begins. Imagine for a moment that the earth is a gigantic capacitor, an inexhaustible reservoir of negatively charged electrons. Our bodies, on the other hand, immersed in the maelstrom of modern life, with constant exposure to electromagnetic fields, accumulated stress, and an unbalanced diet, tend to accumulate an excessive positive charge. This accumulation manifests as chronic inflammation, fatigue, anxiety, and a host of ailments that conventional medicine often treats as isolated entities. When our bare feet touch the ground, be it grass, sand, damp earth, or rock, an electrical circuit is established. Free electrons from the earth flow into our bodies, neutralizing the buildup of positive charges. It is an act of energetic recalibration, a biological reset that restores the fundamental electrical balance in each of our cells. This process, although explained in language that borders on quantum physics, is not a recent revelation. It is, in fact, the cornerstone of the ancestral wisdom that ancient civilizations instinctively practiced. Shamans, tribal healers, and ascetics of ancient cultures did not possess electron microscopes, but they understood, through observation and a deep connection with nature, the healing power of the earth. The rituals of connection with Mother Earth were practical manifestations of what we call today grounding or earthing. The hidden mysteries of this practice extend beyond mere physiology. The earth doesn't just give us electrons. It nourishes us with a primordial cosmic energy, the same vital pulse that sustains all life. By grounding ourselves, we activate the root chakra, our most basic energy center, strengthening our sense of security, stability, and belonging. This vital connection is a catalyst for inner alchemy, transmuting dissonance and imbalance into harmony and vitality. When the body is energetically aligned, the mind calms, the parasympathetic nervous system takes control, reducing this fight or flight response, and sleep becomes more restful. The reduction of inflammation is just the beginning. Mental clarity, inner peace, and heightened intuition are the more subtle fruits of this communion. In certain forbidden texts and esoteric traditions, the earth is referred to not only as a physical support, but as a living consciousness, a breathing, pulsating being, offering its vitality to those willing to receive it. These writings, often veiled in symbolism, described how spiritual enlightenment could not be fully achieved without a solid, energetic foundation in the earthly plane. The act of walking barefoot thus becomes a sacred rite, a moving meditation that reconnects us with our primal essence and attunes us to the vibrational frequencies of creation. But what happens when this connection is severed? Modern disconnection from the earth isn't a mere inconvenience. It's a deprivation of our most fundamental energy source. We become like plants uprooted from their soil, unable to absorb the essential nutrients that sustain us. Chronic fatigue, generalized anxiety, systemic inflammation, lack of focus are these perhaps symptoms of this profound disconnection, an echo of the collective amnesia about our interdependence with the planet. Modern science, in its quest to unravel the secrets of the universe, is rediscovering truths that our ancestors knew intuitively, truths that were conveniently forgotten or suppressed over time. The challenge, then, is to go beyond the simple theory of grounding and embrace conscious practice. Every step on the bare earth is not just an exchange of electrons, but a conversation with the vastness of the cosmos through the body of the planet. It is an act of personal sovereignty, a reclaiming of our energetic heritage, and an awakening to the latent capacities that reside within us. But if simple connection already offers us so much, what other secrets do our feet hold? What energy pathways await to be awakened with each intentional step we take on the surface of this living planet? The true depth of this connection still awaits exploration, and its revelations are far vaster than the ordinary mind can conceive. We've talked about connection. Now, it's imperative to unveil the shadow that hangs over it. What if the disconnection we experience isn't a mere evolutionary coincidence, but a strategy, a carefully woven veil over the collective consciousness? To fully understand the power inherent in our feet, we must first confront the painful truth of why that power was veiled from us. Let's imagine a time when humanity danced in perfect harmony with the pulse of the earth, its senses sharpened by the symphony of nature, its intuition an infallible compass. In that era, ancestral wisdom was not a relic, but the air we breathed, knowledge transmitted from heart to heart, from foot to earth. The indigenous tribes, the shamans of old, the wise custodians of the hidden mysteries of existence, understood that being grounded was not just a physical state, but the gateway to spiritual enlightenment. They knew that each barefoot step on the Earth's crust opened portals to a vast network of cosmic energy, allowing the human body to function as a transmuter, a crucible for inner alchemy. This wisdom granted them not only physical and mental health, but also an autonomy beyond external control. But this state of individual sovereignty represented a threat to those who wished to erect structures of power and dominance. The narrative of separation was subtly sown, erosion after erosion, until it became the foundation of our modern reality. The guardians of certain forbidden texts, those who dared to preserve the knowledge of cosmic interdependence, were silenced. Their scrolls, their symbols, their rituals were demonized, forgotten, or distorted, transforming sacred connection into an archaic superstition. We were taught to fear the earth, to see it as an exploitable resource rather than a nurturing mother. A vast sentient being yearning to interact with us. This intentional disconnection didn't merely seek to separate us from nature. Its more insidious purpose was to strip us of our own innate divinity our capacity for self-healing, our deep intuition, and our self-sufficiency. Without an anchor to the earth, the mind becomes erratic, the spirit vulnerable, and the body prone to illness. We become dependent on external systems, medicine, industrialized food, superficial entertainment, imposed doctrines, all designed to keep us in a state of imbalance and silent submission. Chronic fatigue, brain fog, lack of purpose, difficulty discerning truth from illusion. Are these not the invisible chains of this forced disconnection? Let's consider the symbolism of feet throughout history. In many traditions, the feet are the channel through which the knowledge of the earth ascends. The roots of a tree reach out to nourish and anchor themselves. Our feet do the same, only with electrons and electromagnetic fields, with the very consciousness of the planet. But if that connection is severed, what happens to the tree? It weakens, sickens, and withers. In the same way, the disconnected human being is a devitalized, manipulable being, unable to access their full potential. The suppression of the truth about the power of the feet is no accident. It is a fundamental pillar in the construction of a controlled society, devoid of its inherent spiritual enlightenment. But the earth's memory is eternal, and the truth, even when buried, always finds a crack to emerge. The whispers of the ancients still resonate, inviting us to remember, to unearth those hidden mysteries that slumber in ourselves. Every time we choose to walk barefoot, every time we allow ourselves to feel the pulse of the earth beneath our feet, we are undoing the knots of that intentional disconnection. We are reclaiming our heritage, activating that inner alchemy that allows us to transform imbalance into harmony, illness into health, ignorance into spiritual enlightenment. We are reopening the channels so that cosmic energy can flow freely through us, not only healing our bodies, but also expanding our consciousness. The simple act of stepping on the earth is not, therefore, a passive act. It is a declaration of independence, a revolutionary act against a system that seeks to keep us in the dark. It is the first step in unlocking the secrets that the forbidden texts sought to preserve. But how can we go beyond mere superficial reconnection and activate the specific energy points on our feet that will allow us not only to attract, but to direct and amplify the vastness of the Earth's energy? What energetic maps are waiting to be deciphered on the soles of our feet? And what revelations await us as we understand the intricate web of acupressure and reflexology that exists just beneath our toes? The answer, beloved seekers, lies in a rite as ancient as the memory of the first star, a ritual of spiritual grounding that the guardians of ancestral wisdom jealously guarded, not in sealed scrolls, but in the silent dance between human beings and the heartbeat of the planet. This is not a mere exercise, but a sacred communion, a form of inner alchemy that transfigures our essence by fusing it with the primordial vibration of the earth. Those who unveiled the hidden mysteries knew that the surface of our bodies, especially the soles of our feet, are a canvas on which the entirety of our energetic existence is projected. The first step on this sacred path is not an impulsive action, but a deliberate intention to seek that natural sanctuary where the veil between worlds thins and cosmic energy flows unfiltered. We do not need temples erected by human hands, but the humble magnificence of a virgin forest, the serene shore of a lake, or even a simple patch of living earth in a garden. The key lies in the purity of the place, a space where the vibration of life has not yet been stifled by the stridency of modern civilization. Take off your shoes then, slowly, with the reverence of one treading on sacred ground. Feel the texture. Beneath your feet, the coldness of the damp earth, the roughness of the rock, the softness of the grass, the memory of the fallen leaves. This direct contact is the first pulse of connection, the resetting of your energy circuits. The ancients, whose profound ancestral wisdom is found scattered in fragments of forbidden texts and in the oral traditions of indigenous cultures, understood. That each barefoot step is an act of calibration, a subtle exchange where the earth absorbs our dissonances and infuses us with its vitality. It is here that the foot, with its thousands of nerve endings, begins its dance of reconnection, activating points that ancient reflexology calls Kidney 1, or the bubbling spring, the primary portal for absorbing earth energy. Once established, in this earthly embrace, breathing becomes your baton, orchestrating the symphony of life. Inhale slowly through your nose, imagining that as you do so, you are absorbing not only air, but the pure cosmic energy emanating from the center of the earth. Visualize this energy, a golden or emerald current, ascending through the soles of your feet, flowing through those key points, up your legs, filling your torso, your arms, your head, to the apex of your crown. Feel how every cell illuminates with this earthly light, how your auric field expands and strengthens with this vital infusion. And as you exhale, do so slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension, any intrusive thoughts, any energetic residue that no longer serves you, returning it to the earth to be transmuted and purified. Repeat this rhythmic cycle, becoming a conscious channel, a living bridge between heaven and earth. This breath dance is, in essence, an ancient pranayama practice, adapted by those who understood spiritual enlightenment as a state of perfect integration, not separation. In some of the occult mysteries of ancient Egypt, initiates were instructed to visualize the Uraeus serpent ascending from the feet to the space between the eyebrows, a powerful metaphor for this ascension of Kundalini. Energy through the central channel, nourished by the earthly anchor. The Druids, for their part, spoke of oak roots growing from the soul toward the heart of the earth dot. As your breath settles into its sacred cadence, allow your visualization to guide you deeper. See roots of light emerging from the soles of your feet, not as mere projections, but as living extensions of your being, subtle filaments seeking primordial nourishment. These roots penetrate the earth, traversing the geological layers, the primordial rocks, the groundwater that resonates with the memory of eons, until they are firmly anchored in the crystalline heart of the planet, in its fiery and vibrant core. Feel Gaia's pulse, a loving and constant vibration ascending through your etheric roots, filling you with a sense of profound stability and peace, a stillness that transcends the chaos of the outside world. This practice, veiled in parables within certain forbidden Essene texts and in Hermetic teachings, was considered the foundation for any healing or manifestation work, as true magic is not born from separation, but from intrinsic unity with all creation. It is the spiritual enlightenment that reminds us that we are part of a greater whole, that we are not alone in this vast universe. Inner alchemy, in this context, is nothing more than the refining of our own vibrational frequency to align with the master frequency of the earth, transmuting fear into power, doubt into certainty. Finally, with the body vibrating with this new cosmic energy, with a clear mind and a calm spirit, gratitude rises as the purest offering. Express sincere thanks to the earth for her sustenance, for her patience, for her unconditional love, for being the crucible that sustains us. Thank your own feet for being the vehicles of this sacred connection, for their tireless service on this earthly journey. This is not a mere courtesy, but an energetic seal that anchors the experience, imprinting within your being the profound truth of your interconnectedness. This act of gratitude closes the circle of the ritual, ensuring that the energy received does not dissipate, but is fully integrated into your auric field, transforming your reality from the inside out. But what happens when this grounding ritual becomes a daily practice? How is the effect of this connection amplified with each sunrise? And what hidden dimensions of your being begin to unravel when your feet become conscious antennas, capable of deciphering the hidden mysteries that the earth whispers with each step? Is it possible that by mastering this inner alchemy of grounding, we begin to activate those precise energy maps in the soles of our feet, those that the shamans of yesteryear and the masters of the Eastern healing arts knew intimately, and whose secrets still resonate in certain fragments of forbidden texts waiting to be deciphered. When grounding becomes intertwined with each sunrise, ceasing to be a simple ritual to become a vital pulse of your day, the transformation is profound and multifaceted. It is not a mere sum of improvements, but a reconfiguration of your being. A subtle dance between the earthly and the ethereal that the sages of old knew as the Great Return. The first and most palpable blessing of this constant reconnection is a profound calm. Your mind, which could once be a whirlwind of scattered thoughts, a battleground for subtle anxieties, begins to quiet. We are not talking about a forced stillness, but an organic calm, like a lake whose turbulent waters settle to reflect the sky with perfect clarity. This mental clarity is the prelude to ancestral wisdom, allowing you to discern truth from illusion, stripping away the fog that obscures the hidden mysteries of your own existence. It is in this peace that solutions to your dilemmas emerge effortlessly, like the lotus that springs immaculate from the mud. This serenity is not passivity, but the foundation of a revitalized energy. Chronic fatigue, that persistent shadow of modern life, begins to dissipate. It's not just an increase in physical vitality. It's a constant influx of cosmic energy channeled through your feet, a recharge of your vital essence. Your body, aligned with the unwavering pulsation of the earth, becomes an efficient conductor, a resonator for the primal frequencies of life. It's as if the universe whispers its breath to you, filling every cell with renewed strength, allowing your spirit to soar unchained by fatigue. With a lucid mind and a vibrant body, your decision-making capacity rises to a new level. You no longer struggle with indecision or doubt. Grounded, your intuition sharpens, becoming an infallible compass that guides you through life's crossroads. This is a practical manifestation of inner alchemy, the transmutation of confusion into certainty, the transformation of uncertainty into conscious action aligned with your highest purpose. It is a knowing that arises from the core of your being, a response that resonates with the truth of the earth itself. And what about relationships? When one is grounded, one projects an intrinsic stability that is perceived by others. Your presence becomes more solid, your listening deeper, your empathy more authentic. By being centered within yourselves, you stop being reactive to external energies, allowing interactions to be more authentic and less burdened by superficial drama. This spiritual enlightenment in the form of human interconnectedness allows bonds to strengthen, communication to flow unhindered, and love to manifest in its purest and most selfless form. Ancient legends and forbidden texts whispered of the ability of sages to influence their surroundings simply by their presence. Now you feel this echo within you. Finally, creativity overflows. A grounded being is not distracted by the superficiality of the world, but is connected to the inexhaustible source of inspiration that resides deep within the being and in the vastness of the cosmos. New ideas, innovative solutions, and artistic expressions flow effortlessly, like rivers finding their course. It is the earth herself, the great creator, who lends you her boundless fertility, activating centers of your being that had remained dormant. The ancient shamans and hermetic masters, when referring to the great work of inner alchemy, spoke not only of the transmutation of lead into material gold, but of the transformation of the human being into a channel for divine creation, a spiritual enlightenment that manifests in every thought, every work. This is the essence of what happens when your feet become conscious anchors, the root of your tree of life. But if these are the initial fruits of constant reconnection, what deeper dimensions are hidden in the subtle structure of your feet? What other hidden mysteries await to be deciphered when you go beyond these general benefits, delving into the precise energetic map that ancient civilizations encrypted in fragments of forbidden texts? Is it possible that each step not only attracts energy, but also activates specific points, keys to an even greater awakening, a deeper ancestral wisdom of your true power? Certainly, the mystery deepens. Ancient civilizations viewed the feet not only as mere supports for the physical body, but as intricate cosmic maps, points of intersection between the earthly and the ethereal, encoded in arcane forbidden texts that we are only now beginning to decipher. Ancestral wisdom whispers to us that each step is not only an advance in space, but an act of resonance with the cosmic energy that permeates the universe. In ancient Egypt, for example, feet were symbols of stability and connection to the underworld, the realm of Osiris. Sarcophagi and frescoes often depicted the deceased with their feet firmly planted, indicating not only their journey to the afterlife, but also their rootedness to the nurturing earth, even in their spiritual transition. They were the final bridge to eternity, receivers and transmitters of the vibrations of Aru, the fields of reeds. They were not just organs of locomotion, but vital conduits for the soul on its journey, imbued with a mystical quality that connected them directly to the unseen realms. Ritual sandals, far from being simple footwear, were considered sacred instruments for channeling and protecting this cosmic energy, facilitating the spirit's journey. These hidden mysteries are revealed in papyrus fragments and hieroglyphics that, once understood, unravel an intricate spiritual science of the body, crossing continents. In the Vedic and Buddhist traditions of India, feet take on an even more palpable reverence. The lotus feet of deities and gurus are revered as sources of grace and spiritual enlightenment. Why this adoration? Because it was believed that the humblest point of contact with the earth was also the most direct channel for the cosmic energy, emanating from creation. By touching a master's feet, one not only expressed humility, but also absorbed the prana, or life force, their Shakti, a transfer of vibration that could catalyze the devotee's inner alchemy. The base of the spine, where Kundalini energy resides, connects directly to the soles of the feet, making each conscious step an act of rooting and uplifting. Pilgrims who walk barefoot to sacred shrines do so not out of mere ascetic rigor, but to establish an uninterrupted communion with the sacred land, absorbing its essence and purifying their own being. This ancient wisdom understood the act of walking as a meditation in movement, a ritual of unification. In Native American cultures, reverence for Mother Earth is fundamental, and the feet are her most intimate extension. Walking lightly on the earth is not just an expression, but a life principle. It meant living in harmony, leaving a minimal footprint, and being in constant dialogue with the spirit of nature. Shamans and elders taught that the feet are our most sensitive receptors for reading the earth's messages, her vibrations, her moods, even her stories. It was a form of ancestral wisdom based on direct connection, on listening attentively to what Mother Earth was trying to communicate. Each step was a prayer, an exchange of vital energy between human beings and the planet, a sacred dance that nourished the soul and aligned the spirit. And what about traditional Chinese medicine? With its ancient understanding of the energy meridians that run through the body, many of which have key points on the soles of the feet. Reflexology, a practice known today, is but a distant echo of a much deeper science that mapped how each point on the foot corresponds to an organ or system of the body, and how stimulating them could unblock stagnant cosmic energy, promoting healing and spiritual enlightenment through the harmonization of Kai. This knowledge, guarded in certain forbidden or hermetic texts for centuries, reveals that the feet are true control consoles for the inner alchemy of the being. Thus, we see that across ages and geographies, the truth emerges. The feet are not just physical foundations, but sacred thresholds, living antennas that connect us to the depths of the earth and the heights of the cosmos. They are the bridge between your dense form and the subtle cosmic energy that surrounds you. They are the custodians of hidden mysteries about your own nature and your unlimited potential. But if the feet are this intricate map of existence, how can we, consciously and deliberately, activate these key points, uncover the lost rituals that maximize this connection, and allow us not only to receive, but also to radiate the purest spiritual enlightenment? What methods, beyond simple walking, allow us to unlock the true inner alchemy encoded in every step? Remember, walkers of existence, that inner alchemy is an art that manifests in every fiber of your being, but its deepest foundations reside in the connection with the earth. Ancient wisdom whispers that the true power of the feet transcends mere locomotion. They are active portals, resonators that capture vital cosmic energy to infuse your spirit. The hidden mysteries of the forbiddens. Texts reveal that each step is a conscious act of spiritual enlightenment, an invocation that aligns your essence with the divine pulse of the planet. They are not mere appendages, but sacred tools to reveal your unlimited potential. The next time you take a step, feel how the universe speaks to you through the earth. What other secrets do you believe your body holds, waiting to be deciphered? Share your reflections in the comments. Give this message a like if it resonated with your soul, and subscribe so you don't miss more revelations. And to continue deepening your awakening, don't miss our next journey, the energy code of your hands.